Margaret awoke, startled, a cold sweat clinging to her. She gathered her thoughts. Aged wood creaked, echoing through the quiet rooms. Near the house stood a shrine to Rhea Dana, goddess and daughter of the land, of Rhea and a being of comfort. Margaret sought answers. But the goddess did not speak. There was only the faint whisper of something dark, something hungry. The old seer's bones felt the weight of their age as she climbed. The only thought on her mind, has it begun again? John's mission would be a simple one. He was to investigate Rhea's greatest shrine. His mother presented him with a fresh divinity shard. From his brother came a newly sharpened sword. His wife gave him a kiss, and his daughter's hugs were full of reason to return home safe.
Hello. Hello. How are we doing today? My name's Dave. I was about to say I'll be entertaining you for the evening. I was supposed to we're playing Children of Morta. And I was supposed to we're just starting off on this hard roguelike with our boy John here. Let's see if we can't get into some trouble.
Rhea, a land long forgotten, a place of unimaginable beauty.
So I have played this game before, just a few hours to get, so I'm not a complete and total noob for you guys.
Slithering creatures, small and vile.
So I have played this before, but obviously it's been a while since I'm a little rusty. So we are almost through, well, not almost through, so we're making good progress towards the end of the tutorial here. I was about to say our daughter will come meet us up shortly.
A wall, impeding further progress. A battle was certain. Banished by light itself, the corruption abated, leaving the shard cold in hand, dark, in need of life.
So I don't know about you guys, but I really love the beauty aesthetic to the game that they got going on.
The shard grew warm, humming softly from the harnessed energy. Before him was now one more dangerous than those that came before.
So these circles are kind of like a respawn point or a level entry.
Goblins, a familiar threat, albeit farther out than usual. Magnificent, but dangerous. A land of love found and of love lost. Before him was sacred ground, left untouched in days gone by. Remaining calm and collected, The shock of his heart-skipping beats was concealed in expert fashion. Before him stood Linda, his eldest daughter, with bow and quiver at the ready, determined to do her part. Before the Guardians were not beasts feeding, but monsters consuming, destroying others. They corrupted and distorted, creating even more hungry husks. Both father and daughter gathered their thoughts, their hearts heavier than before. How would they explain what they had witnessed?
Definitely be.
The ancient tree had been cut down. Together, father and daughter described the horror, the creatures dripping with decay that slithered into bodies stuck between life and death to bolster their ranks. Grandma Margaret confirmed what they all feared. It was the corruption, a cruel entity spoken of only with hushed voices, an ocean of darkness that flowed from the top of Mount Morta. And the Bergsons' duty was to stand against this devouring deluge of death. Kevin was also eager to do his part in the family's fight, especially when his older brother Mark was off somewhere. He was as much a guardian of their mountain home as any of them. She stood. If they were to reach the summit and destroy this evil, as the Bergsons of old had done in the past, they would need the assistance of the sanctuary. Given to the Bergsons by Rhea herself, the sanctuary was a gateway to the mysterious lands around the mountain. Margaret pointed to the huge crystal at the center of the den, revealing their next task: to activate it and open the way to the source of the corruption. And once Rhea's 3 spirits are gathered on the grounds, the only gate to the top of Mount Morta will open in this chamber. By himself, or with the assistance of those who loved him, John needed to gather the 3 spirits from their lands. Without them, he would not be able to stem the flow of the corruption.
Alright guys, well, the narrator is finally giving me a chance to speak again, eh? So yeah, this is a very I like the art style of this, and it is a fun kind of action roguelike adventure. I was about to say you set off from the house, you go through dungeons randomly generated, you level up, you throw the pieces in like you saw they do in the tutorial, and then you find a bunch of random assorted relics, some that are good for the family member you brought, some aren't, and it's kind of a little luck of the draw this sometimes. Well, let's just go straight into another. I'll say straight into another match.
Halls of Anaiadaya must be here, or she needs to be found.
So I was about to say, you can see there that there's 7 family members. We got the John that we were just playing with, the classic sword and board type of fighter. We got Linda, that would be the classic ranger style, and the other ones we'll talk about when I find them. All right, let's do another round of John, and then we'll see how far we can get with this guy before we do any upgrades, and then we'll try a round of Linda.
A celestial shard chipped directly from the ancient crystal in the sanctuary. It would be the Bergsons' lifeline, a tether to pull them back home before death's fateful whisper. Filling the winding tunnels of the silk-covered caves, the acrid taste of poison lingered in the air. Spiders. Linda told herself it was only target practice. As she readied her bow, they must find the spirit deep within the caves.
I was supposed to say, only target practice, eh? It's pretty confident, Linda. Alright, so here we are at the entrance. Again, every match would be procedurally generated, so it's not going to be the same every time. Alright, level 2, Shield of Thorns. Melee attackers take damage when blocked by John's shield. Definitely gives you a little more defensive viability for the sword and board.
Treasure rested above them, locked behind chance and memory. They needed to place foot upon stone. If silence reigned, they could continue on. But if alarms were to ring, they had to begin anew. The Bergson began to slip away, wondering if this was death. It was warmer than they expected.
Alright guys, so that wasn't a very long run. I was supposed to say I'm playing on hard and with no upgrades and minimal levels, and of course being rusty. I didn't do very good. However, so we almost got you to somewhere cool to show you with the memory challenge.
They gasped for air as the celestial shard brought them back. A sensation no hero could become accustomed to.
So this is back at the manor.
As she heard John and Linda describe their foray, thoughts rushed through Margaret's head. The corruption had amplified the creature's wickedness, and no longer were they part of the harmony of the Rhea. With the new threats looming, Margaret asked Ben to prepare his workshop. He would have to take charge of enhancing the warrior family's weapons and armor.
Yeah, so this is the little manor you come to after time you die in the mission, I guess. I was about to say, it's like a fully functioning family house. People are running around. I was about to say, you can see the little daughter playing with the cat in the middle.
Reached out to the familiar warmth of the forge. If they were to reach the top of Mount Morta, their equipment would need to be of the highest quality.
So more for the coins that I was finding when I was fighting the battle. It is used back at home for a variety of things, increasing spells, new spells, weapon armor upgrades. A lot of bend, though it's basic stuff. It's a lot of pretty useful stuff like armor, health, damage.
When light faded from the sky and most were fast asleep, Mary would write about her family, immortalizing them for future generations.
So whenever you see like the little glowing bubbles on top of the characters' heads, there is a little like narration going on about them. So you just hop over and you push
She knew
X.
where it was coming from. Her ancestors had spoken of such corruption flooding down the mountain. But Grandma Margaret wanted to know what it was and what needed to be done to destroy it.
So, Alright, so we took John out last time around. Let's get Linda up her, at least up to her first level or two. It is an option to play two-person co-op there. You can see on the right-hand side. I do two at once going on. Alright, Linda, let's see if you can do better than John, which wouldn't be doing too hard, because I didn't get very far. Finally, something a little lighter. Starting her off at level 0 with the goblins was kind of wild. Alright, let's go. Level up. Alright, let's see what Linda gets here. So, bam. So we got two options. Explosive Crescendo, lucid arrow skyward that falls upon Linda's enemies at explosive force, or decrease the stat amount. So let's go with the exploding Crescendo. Do a little demonstration here. Boom. Oh, the other one, reducing stamina, would help her run around a little better, but I guess level 2 is around the corner. I do like how she gets kind of a little fancy little backflip action going on when she does the dash. So I need to bug Uncle Ben for a little sharper arrows to not doing a lot of damage. Might tell John to move over as head of the house. Linda's kicking ass. So these purple things are like traps, but they do work both ways. So if you can set them off, you can burst all the enemies around them. Oh, there is traps. Just out of so you guys can see that the holes over there. I was about to say if you jump over them, Spike Trap City. Oh, didn't have my stamina back. So what I just found there is a gem. Now gems could be used for purchasing stuff from like the random merchants that show up in the rooms, or like opening chests. See if we can hopefully can find one so I can show you. Oh, see, I just demonstrated the usefulness of the bombs. Okay, not so much that time around, but so I was about to say it's not unlikely to get too many of those at the beginning, because there's just really just not that many monsters compared to the kill streaks you need to get. But you do get a little bonus for killing like, what is it, whatever it was, 10, 15, 20, 50, etc. monsters in a row.
Pilgrims, once lost in cavern mazes, are now trapped. Their poor families forever looking forward to a return that will never happen. Energy flowed around the room. Before the hero, an object of the divine.
Alright, so we got stun and trap. Throw a trap that stuns enemies who enter it. Bam. So these do have a little longer cooldown than my classic blades and weapons and stuff. Or not blades, skills. Oh, see, so one of these gems, the gem I found earlier, would unlock this chest. Just health this time around, which is still good, I guess.
The villagers would sing praise of their guardians, of the Bergson family.
Oh, we got John coming out here. I think that means we got a little bit of a challenge fight to come. I think John's real value does come out when he's with a partner, so he can just block and let me shoot. I was about to say, not every mission, but these missions do have certain challenges. Like, I would imagine after we kill this boss, if we kill the boss, there will be a nice cute scene at the mansion between John and Linda, being like, hey, you're my daughter and you really do take up after me, or something like that. Oh, sorry Llama, I didn't mean to shoot at you.
Through strained breaths, they got it out. Some locals were in danger.
Alright, so these guys are offering... Well, they're offering to give me a relic, so I do have Stun and Trap. And they're offering me Heaven's Justice. Let's call forth a Sword of Divine to damage enemies. So I'll take a attack over a trap, so I'm going to choose to switch. And then, of course, they just gave me a bunch of money, too, which is very sweet of them. Now, of course, like you saw the first time around John, it was like a memory puzzle where, like, I have to play a kind of like a little blind. No, what was I about to say? What's the color game called? Like a blind memory game. So every time that I guess the wrong pattern, I'd have to attack, or I get attacked, and then if I get it right, I would get a reward. And then it would either keep going until I die, or like I did, or until we get the juice. So I do have the Paws and Claws add-on to this. That does mean that there will be plenty of pets. The
halls of Anea Daya, so mesmerizing in their magnificence, were to be found at the end of a long road. And a hero never knows what is waiting them at the end of a road. Moving is more important than reaching.
I was supposed to. Dad didn't stay very long, did he? Alright, we do have a skill point, however, we do need 2 skills to upgrade. So unfortunately, we're going to have to stick it out for another round. Hit. So the little skull above the guy's head represents this kind of like an elite version of special skills. And then of course bonus rewards as well, but so they do also tends out to be like usually like they either trap me in the room with them or something when I enter. Or they just put the purple bombs going on. So, it's a gravity. I was wondering why I kept going backwards. I'm just like, I'm not moving. So yeah, so every one of these little glyphs do something different. This one we've seen before is the explosion. This guy's a cool little magnet. Let's grab the health from up here. Alright, I do like shooting and moving, so I'm going to do this guy reduction here. Family traits are points that are kind of like given to the family. Oh, as it says, I have to spend so many skill points to get things. Family traits will benefit all of the family members as well. If the family member grows in power, so does the entire family. So I was about to say, so there is advantages of using even your less preferred family members. Even if it's just to get the few levels up here, so you can get different bonuses. For this one, for Linda here, we get the family that moves together, stays together, increasing the entire family's movement speed. Super useful for her. Definitely could be for the rogue brother or the sorceress sister as well. Movement is definitely good for survival. She does have a pretty solid rate of fire. It does become more of like a double, triple shot, various upgrades. So we got Combastic for every 10 combo counters. Combo counter kills cause an explosion around you, dealing damage to enemies. Now combo counter, I think that would be more like you dodged, boom. Well, probably could use it for a smaller skill instead of the big guy. Or for John, well, John's probably be the best at it because you can block and hit with it. Blood Sacrifice Charm. Sacrifice 20% maximum health and gain 2 random divine items. Let's risk it. Charms are magical objects found in the land of Morta. Each of them have a special effect that can be activated by pressing down button. They are consumed after being activated. You can always carry one charm with you before activating its effect. Oh, so it's tell me what my charms are. I have a feeling that might be where the big spider is, so let's check out the rest of the map. Make sure we get all the extra, what is it called, morts? Just in case we die and need to upgrade our stuff. Very likely are gonna die against the first boss. That's what I am. Oh, no, that's the spider boss. Or at the end of the floor, maybe not the boss. It's been a while since I played. That's Grandma.
How can this be? Is he lost? Muttered Margaret under her breath. Lost in the study of the walls and oblivious to her surroundings. She always had time for her children, but it was best to leave Grandma to her pursuits now.
Alright, that got a little heated there, I guess. Oh! Oh god, spike trap. I'm starting to think I might have gone to the first floor and the next floor before it has happened. Definitely be a little rough now. Yeah, I totally forgot about doing that blood sacrifice I had earlier. Oh. Okay, at least this wasn't a crazy challenge, so it's just a nice little present here for me. Swift dash, divine grace, temporarily increases movement speed after dashing. Super useful for her. Especially how much I've been running back. Oh, this is the beginning again. Alright, then we have to go check out that room that we skipped. And then go to the next level.
Not all in the caves were refugees. Some were just traveling merchants stuck in a bind.
Oh!
The strange-looking shopkeep dusted off his clothes, tipped his hat. He invited them to stop by his shop later, promising something for all adventuring needs.
So this encounter, whenever you end up getting it, will unlock the merchant. Unlocked the merchant appearing in the dungeon, offering me random goods. This time I gave her some free stuff, but... Alright, well I haven't unlocked Rage yet, so what I was about to say. So we'll skip out on that for a moment. Alright, let's go to level